Will the Liberal leadership contestants break the law by ignoring the loan payback deadline, or will Elections Canada give special treatment to the Liberal Party and its leader?
Come on, order.
The Prime Minister became aware of the fact that the documents had been placed in an unsecure area and been left in that unsecure place. I've stated many times in this House, it's not going to be news to anybody now, that the... Mr. Speaker, the sequence of events is quite clear. The Prime Minister became aware of the documents having been left in an unsecure area. Mr. Speaker, not at all. The facts are quite... The Bloc Québécois is somewhat confused between the difference between departmental documents. Mr. Speaker, he's quite agitated, but what happened is what happened. As soon as the Prime Minister learned of the breach, as soon as the Foreign Affairs Minister made him aware of that, on Monday afternoon action was taken. It's accepted by the Prime Minister on Monday, and it's an unfortunate... Many times by now, I think. The Department of Foreign Affairs is actually conducting a review of this, which should... The member is neighing over there. I have indicated several, as I said, as the Prime Minister said, that he became aware of it on Sunday afternoon, and that's when action was taken.
The Honourable Member for Bourassa.
Honourable Government House Leader.
Obviously, as I've been getting on my feet so often, fatigue is setting in, and I should make clear to the House that the Prime Minister, as he said, and as I've said repeatedly, became aware of this issue on Monday afternoon, and that's when action was taken.
These documents?
I'm not just getting fatigued, I'm getting bored because we keep getting the same type of question again and again. What took place is very simple and very clear. There was a problem with documents left in an unsecure place. Prime Minister became...
Order. We have to be...
Government House Leader.
Veering off into the realm of the personal relationships. And that is not...
I'm pleased to see that the Italian Prime Minister is considering removing... We are proud that...
I know some on the newspapers on this side of the House, we're proud of the message that the Prime Minister is delivering in Europe. One where just a couple of days ago that I heard the Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party saying he wasn't interested in these kinds of questions about personal lives, but it seems that he doesn't have too many followers in that caucus today. And in fact, I go back to a previous Prime Minister, Jean Chrétien, who said this on privacy when he was talking about how he put together his first cabinet. He said, as for their marriages, sexual orientation or other private matters that had no bearing on their ability to serve the public well, I didn't think these were any kind of my business. Apparently the Liberal Party has changed its policy since Mr. Chrétien was Prime Minister.
The Honourable Minister of Indian Affairs and Northern Development.
And of course it is interesting to note that on a National Day of Action, the members of the official opposition can't even bother to ask a question about Aboriginal affairs. Shame. Mr. Speaker, why should we be surprised? Under the Liberals, there was no action on specific claims. Under this government, we have specific claims legislation. Under the Liberals, First Nations living on reserve had no coverage under the Canadian Human Rights Act. Under the Conservatives, we passed legislation to cover that. Under the Liberals, there was no action plan to clean up dirty water. We've already cut the number of reserves facing that situation in half. Mr. Speaker, we have action all right, but it's on this side of the House, not over there.
Indian Affairs and Northern Development.
Let me first of all start by summarizing the action of the Liberal Party of Canada on Caledonia. I'm finished now, Mr. Speaker, but let me just continue. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to summarize, if I could, the number of tripartite agreements between First Nations, provinces, and the federal government that were negotiated under the federal Liberals during their time. I'm finished, Mr. Speaker. Zero. None. Not a one, Mr. Speaker, because they never did